Once upon a time, there were 3 little girls who went to the police academy. And they were each assigned very hazardous duties. But I took them away from all that, and now they work for me. My name is Charlie.
Welcome back to the Collector Zone. I'm Jeff Dickinson, and check it out, man. I scored this book. It came out like in the 90s, man, and it's about your TV memorabilia from the 1960s and 70s and how much your collection is worth if you're to get these collectibles. Now, back in the days, man, you know, the internet wasn't the way it was today. So, you know, you had to score these books. Now, I'm not going to go through the whole book because there's a lot here, but I want to go through a little bit of it. Let you get a taste of this. Now, you can find these on eBay, Amazon, I believe. I picked this up through another collector. And so it's kind of cool to get this. Yeah. Pretty cool, man. So here is your table of contents. I'm here kind of looking through here. I just got it, you know, and I want to check it out. So let's go ahead and hopefully you can see this and do it some justice. And those are the dudes, I guess, wrote the book here. Yeah, but the authors. You pause and read all that. Here's your acknowledgement. If the camera's going wonky, man, I apologize. But I wanted to go through this. It's a really cool book. Alright, so here's some collectibles. Got the Beverly Hillbillies here. And it's really cool that they, you know, tell you a little bit about the show here, you know. So there's like board games and all kinds of Beverly Hillbilly stuff you could score. I didn't know there was an Ellie Mae doll. Hopefully this is in camera. I think this is really cool. We got Bewitched here. And you know, here they tell you about, you know, oh, hit the camera here. How much these things are worth, man. And this is like back in the 90s. I believe this came out in the mid-90s, if I'm right. Yeah, like here they'll tell you, you know, this activity book and how much it's worth. And this is like 1990s, you know, prices here. So keep that in mind. But the reason why I got it is there's a Samantha doll. Now, I didn't know they had one of those. What I like about these is that, you know, I don't know about all the cool collectibles that are out there. And so, you know, got the Bionic Woman here. Yeah, I mean, I always wanted to see what was out there. And, you know, he has this book and then the other book. We'll go to the second one here in another video here. But it's kind of cool to see the stuff. Now, I remember these dolls, man. I had the $6 Million Man one. You got costumes. Lunchbox. You know, the lunchboxes were everything back in the day. You know, so we can see this a little bit closer. Yeah, the lunchboxes is everything. You know, the costumes, man, they're kind of freaky back in the day. Got the Brady Bunch here. Those lunchboxes, man. $175 on the high end. Thermos, $50 at the high end. My goodness. Did I collect lunchboxes? No, I'm lucky. I was lucky to have one back in the days. You know, I wound up getting. I remember an Addams Family one. And there's your Viewmasters. Now you know you've been following the channel, especially Collector's Own eBay store. I've been putting some of my Viewmaster collection up, pass it along to another person that wants to, you know, bug a loose. Now, Sid Marty Croft, man, had some weird stuff. Yeah, I remember getting the Addams Family one, but we got our lunch boxes because they were like on sale. Charlie's Angels. Now, I did remember getting models from Charlie's Angels here. I remember Farrah Fawcett. I had that poster, that famous poster. There's cars here. I wonder if the models are in here. Let me see if I can move this closer. I apologize, guys. All right, hopefully you can see it better. I remember that. Oh, there's that poster, man. That's one famous poster right here. And then there's that model I got. I remember getting it, putting it together. I was big into models growing up. You know what? This looks more like the model I remember. You know, right here. Please excuse the glare, man. And there's, you know, that Farrah Fawcett, you know, poster was on everything. And that's a, you know, notebook here. All right. Pillows. Yeah, you know, that was one famous poster. Now, Cheryl Ladd, man, I dug her, man. I had the hots for her and Farrah, you know. And she was a singing artist, so, you know, she had albums, too. They're all little hotties, man, if you ask me. Now, there's the album I'm talking about right here. It's only worth $15 back in the day. But you know, I don't remember. I don't remember if I have it or not. So I have a few of my albums, but I think I sold them. Yeah, that's right. I sold the majority of them when the CDs were big, man. Got chips. I didn't want to go through the whole book, but let's see here. Donnie Marie. Oh, good Lord. All right. Let's see here. I know some of you Donnie Marie fans are like, come on, Jeff. But you know what? I'm trying not to make a long-ass video. A is enough. Let me see here. Let me look at my table of contents. Well, let's see if I can find some cool stuff here to look for you guys. I want to highlight the cool stuff. Oh, there, I just screwed that one up. Let's see here. We could go to Gilligan's Island here. That's going to be 118. HR 125. I love HR Puffin stuff. So 118, we'll just go ahead and skip to 118. Let's see here. Flying Nun. Some of you guys are old enough to remember that. A little bit before my time. Let's Gidget. 118. There's Gilligan's Island. I love that show. I always, Ginger Marianne, man, you saw the AI Gilligan's Island thing. That was not much for Gilligan's Island, huh? There's a board game. Of course, there's that. And there's a play set for Gilligan's Island. Did not know that existed. So yeah, man, this is what I'm talking about. Getting this to see all the cool stuff. Green Acres, HR, HR Puffin stuff, games. That way, let's see right here. I grew up watching HR Puffin stuff. Yeah, that was pretty cool. I liked it. I mean, I don't know. So many guys are probably watching this, never heard this stuff. It's way before your time, probably. But there are some of you guys here to appreciate this. Like, here's that lunchbox. Man, I tell you what. Lunchboxes these days have gone crazy with prices, man. Happy Days. There was a belt. Holy crap. I'm going to let you see this here too. There was a belt here, man, on belt buckle. Back in the days, man, belt buckles, man, they were popular. I remember having a Boston belt buckle, if I can say it right. The dolls here. Of course, these days, man, these are worth some crazy money sometimes. And they talk about stuff that was pictured but not talked about, I guess. Hardy Boys Mystery. Let's see here. Let's do it this way. I don't want to go through the whole book because I don't want to make a long-ass video, but we'll just flip through it. So we got collector's books, and there's prices back here. Okay. Wonder Woman. Man. Linda Carter was a little hottie, man. She still is, man. Got Welcome Back Carter. I'm going backwards here. I know, guys. You're probably like, come on, Jeff. What are you doing to us? But hey, you know what? I didn't realize Welcome Back Carter had so much stuff. And the dolls there, look at that. Of dolls. Comic books. And, if it was a TV show, there was a comic book. I remember that. Waltons. And, Viewmasters. They had Suzanne Summers, Three's Company. God, she was a little hottie too. Growing up, thinking about it, there's a lot of hot women on TV. Try as Angels. I Dream of Jeannie was another one. There's Starsky and Hutch. Here's your $6 Million Man. Now, I had the doll here, the one in the top right-hand corner. And I remember getting a play set. It was like, you blow it up, man. That's how weird some of these toys were. I didn't have that one, though. I didn't have all the stuff that I remember from $6 Million. There's Sigmund and the Sea Monster. Patty Duke. All right, let's see here. So there's no Star Trek, huh? Well, I was amazing. But we got the new zoo. This new zoo review. Nanny and the Professor, I think that was called. There's more committee. Okay, let's start doing this right, guys. I'm sorry. All right, so we got Kung Fu. Okay. Man, book's not centered properly. I'm sorry. Land of the Lost. Now, so if you got there looking for wanting to get stuff for your collection and you're into TV shows and stuff, this is a pretty cool book. Laverne and Shirley, man, they had dolls for everything. And Viewmasters right here. Lidsville, another Sid Marty Krofft cartoon, live action thing. Grizzly Adams, that dude had one hell of a beard. I was just watching some of those Dean Martin roast. He was on one of those. Speaking of, got some Dean Martin stuff on the Collector's Zone eBay store if you want to check it out. If it's still there at the time of this recording, or the time you're watching it. At the time I'm recording it, it's there. I just put it up there not too long ago. Mod Squad here, Mork and Mindy. Robin Williams was one hilarious dude. Yeah, man. So, you know, if you guys are into collecting, this is a pretty cool book to pick up. Big shout out to my new subscribers. The channel's growing, man. I appreciate you guys. But my OGs, I gotta give it to you guys. You've been there from the beginning. Until next time, my fellow collectors, we'll catch you on the next one. Laters.